Infinity War. So, this is 10 years in the making, with something around 19 films. That might be including Infinity War, I can't remember off the top of my head. And, geez, this is a status quo change unlike any other in the Marvel Universe. So, expect spoilers. Spoiler alert, come on, guys, you should have watched this by now if you actually care. And yeah, a lot has happened in this film. So, basic plot summary. Thanos, who we've seen in a few previous films, as kind of just a sub-antagonist. Like, he's not really the main guy. He's kind of just in the shadows, in the background, waiting for things to happen. Also the causation of some things. He's now the big bad. He's now coming to take the Infinity Stones for the Infinity Gauntlet so he can wipe out half the universe. And, spoiler alert, as I say, let's just say he does actually do that. He succeeds, and we actually have lost a lot, and I mean a lot, of the heroes in the Marvel Universe, which, for the most part, is going to be a case of we're probably going to get them back in Avengers 4, but you never know. Something may come up where some characters may actually stay dead forever, which, that's kind of upsetting, but we'll have to just live and learn, and maybe we'll be proven wrong with that. Maybe everyone will come back, even the ones that we know are dead, like Loki. Oh, sorry guys, I've said spoiler alert 3 times already. So yeah, overall, I literally walked out of the cinema, and the person who I'd gone with was talking about it because it was the second time he'd watched it. He was just discussing it. I didn't know how to react. I was just broken, and I'm not sure if I tweeted it out. I definitely told a few people this. I didn't know what to do with myself after watching it, especially with how it ends, with so many deaths of major characters. And what really stuck with me, more than anything, was the end credit scene, which is basically, for the first time in a while, it's an actual straight up continuation of what had happened in the final few scenes of the movie with Nick Fury, who has been missing since Age of Ultron. And, that was a kick to see what happened to him, which I know not everyone watches the end credit scenes, but so I'm not going to actually spoil that, but it really killed me, that. Generally, the cast is amazing. They actually managed to get around 40 or so characters. Some people have been saying 60, I'm not counting a lot of the people that they count. But yeah, getting around 40 main characters to all have like equally important roles, they did an amazing job. And I mean, even some of the more side characters like Nebula, who like are still major characters, they didn't appear too much, but they appeared enough for you to actually understand who they were. And I've said it to quite a few people that you kind of need to have watched the majority of the MCU movies prior to this to actually enjoy it. But at the same time, I think most characters are given enough of an introduction to who they are for you to just be able to watch it for the first movie you've ever watched from the MCU. You may get a little confusing parts, and something that my friend that I went to see it with was saying to me, because I have yet to actually see either Ragnarok or Black Panther, and what he was saying to me a lot was, I really should, watch them or I will be so lost. And surprisingly, I was actually able to follow it pretty well. I had read some actual reviews and some like plot summaries and stuff, and like spoilery plot summaries for those two films, so I had a good idea of where everyone was at the time. But even without that, I think I would have understood it plenty with seeing the majority of the MCU. And I really am under the impression now, thinking about it in hindsight, you could probably have just watched maybe the first Avengers, maybe Spider-Man Homecoming, stuff like that, just the odd one, and have loved it just as much as I did. And that's the honest truth. I love this film, and just the fact of how many risks it takes, killing off so many characters, the splitting of so many characters, but then just generally having so many main parts to like get time for, it's actually incredible. And there's a lot of great cinematography. I don't like to get into that kind of stuff, even though I'm a film studies student, but like, yeah, it looks amazing. Some of the like special effects and stuff, are amazing. Especially there's one scene. It's towards the start. It's not right at the start, but it's like I'd say probably shut up in the first maybe the first third towards the end of the first third, and there's Drax and Mantis get broken up into Drax gets broken up into like rock and Mantis gets turned into like a ribbon, and my god, though that actually as soon as it happened to Drax, because it happens to Drax first, I seriously thought, oh, Drax is dead. Because it looks... Obviously, they wouldn't have done that so early, but it just... The effect was so accurate to, like, be him just being shattered. And it's like, I really like that about it. Special effects in general were really good. The CGI for all of the children of Thanos... I know they have an actual name, but it's Black Order, but I'm kind of glossing over that. They looked amazing. Thanos himself looked amazing. All of the standard characters like Iron Man, their new stuff looked great. And just generally, everything looked really good. There's a lot of jokes, as with every MCU movie, and off the top of my head, I can't really think of any that fell flat. I also couldn't really think of any that are too memorable. There's a few nice ones like Grimace being a reference to the McDonald's character. That's something that I believe Iron Man says it to Thanos. Also, there's a Squidward joke with Ebony Maw, which Ebony Maw, in my opinion, and I know this will annoy a lot of people, because a lot of people have said that they're all pretty either bland or pretty good. Ebony Maw, to me, is the only actual good Black Order whatever character, and a lot of people have agreed with me on that, but I know that some people are adamant that either they're all good or they're all bad, so, you know, it's up to you. But really, I think Ebony Maw is the only one that had like a third dimension to their character other than, oh, I worship this guy as a god, and I want to end the world just like he does. It's like, you know, it's kind of weird how it all works, but generally, the villains are very good. They don't have too much of a disposable army. They have a very reminiscent of Phantom Menace scene. That's kind of a battle sequence. That's just a load of faceless enemies. But the type of enemy that it is not like the Chitauri where they're an attacking force. It's more that they are trying to break through the barrier to weaken the heroes even, so that the villains can then break in and finish them off. And I feel like that works a lot better for these disposable grunt enemies compared to the Chitauri or, you know, any of these other ones that have appeared in so many of the Marvel movies. Age of Ultron, for example, that was such a pathetic show of his power. But yeah, I think generally the film does a great job in all aspects, whether it be its actual like sharing of character time, its actual villains, its heroes, just the plot generally. It's really good, and I would suggest if you're a fan of MCU or Marvel generally, or if you're just a fan of superhero films and you haven't actually seen anything from Marvel yet, definitely check it out. You will not regret it, I promise. And that brings me to my overall review, which I think I missed in the last episode. But yeah, I'm going to give it a total of a 9 out of 10, which I think is the second thing I've ever given a 9 out of 10 to. And yeah, I'm not going to regret this one, because I did watch it on Tuesday, and I'm recording this on the Saturday, so I've had a good few days to think about what I'm actually thinking about it, and yeah, I feel confident that I'm happy with it being a 9 out of 10. And yeah, I'll probably come back. I'm planning on doing a like a talk with a few other people that I know, including Milkman, Mr. Degenerate, Uprising, Waggy Barnes. I don't know what name he goes by anymore. He changes it too frequently, but hopefully with him and the person who I saw it with, and maybe a few others, just to get a better idea. That's going to be a discussion video, probably in the next like 2 weeks. And yeah, I'll be in the middle of the week also. That won't be taking up one of my Sunday or Monday uploads. So yeah, that's really all I'm going to say. Check out this movie. It's so good. And yeah, without further ado, that's it from me. And yeah, bye.